Hello there, Virgo. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your June career and money reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's get into your reading. What do we have here? Distant thunder, clear the air. This usually portends of a conversation you're going to have with somebody. So, it could be your employer, your boss, a client. But it's as if you have to have this conversation to clear the air so that you can move forward in a very positive way. So let's go ahead. Let's go to the tarot. Let's see what's going on here. What's on the bottom here? Embracing enthusiasm. Yeah, I feel like this conversation may be difficult. But after you've had the conversation, it's like things open up for you in a good way. Sometimes you have to just get your feelings off your chest. My throat, interesting. My throat is kind of like, my throat chakra is getting kind of, yeah, I think you have something you want to say to somebody in your career and money sector. It could even be to a family member or, about something about money, a conversation about money. I feel like it's a conversation about money. Somebody may owe you money. You may feel like your employer needs to, like you really deserve a raise. You could have a family member that has borrowed money and hasn't paid it back. There's this conversation that you have somehow about money. So let's go to the tarot. Yeah, I feel like you, okay, I'm coming back because they're giving me a lot of messages. But you see how the veil is kind of like flowing, like the wind is blowing it a little bit. I feel like you have this conversation with the lightning there. There's this conversation. It clears the air. You get something off of your chest. You're able to express your emotions about something. And then life begins to flow again for you. I feel like you're not going to feel that flow until you have this conversation. And Virgo, I feel, once again, it's like a conversation you're really not going to look forward to having, okay? But it's a conversation that I feel like you need to have the conversation with somebody. You need to be the one to start this conversation. So let's go to the tarot. We're going to look at your present energy, area of resistance or obstacle, advice from spirit, and then the outcome if you take the advice. But please keep in mind, you do have free will, so please make the best decision for you. So I'm going to anchor each of these with an oracle card, yeah. And then we will, oh, really nice. Okay, this is part of your soul lessons is, we have the teacher and the student here, right? This person that you're having a conversation with is on your path to help you learn a certain lesson about yourself, to come into, to change either a belief that you have, or change a perspective that you have about yourself, your career, your money, something like that. This person, even if this person is extremely annoying, like a boss that just really drives you crazy, to understand that that person was put on your path for the purpose of this lesson. And once you it's like this conversation helps you to have this breakthrough and to move forward very quickly. So I love that. Yeah. Wow. Really nice. Okay. You need to have this conversation, Virgo, because it really does put you in a really good place. I feel like, yeah, 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, to be honest, can sometimes feel like there's a third man out. you know? So it could be, you know, you feel as, you know, you have a family member, that is maybe having a lot of fun with somebody else, but they owe you money, but they're spending a lot of money in some other, you know, having fun, entertaining themselves, right? And perhaps with another family member or a friend. It could be a friend. And you're kind of like, yeah, you know, you're spending money there, but you haven't paid me back. It could be, you know, you feel like your boss is favoring somebody else in the office, and is kind of overlooking you and all of the work and effort that you're putting into your job. It's, you know, a situation like that where I feel like you kind of, you know, the Three of Cups, I don't usually get this energy, but I feel like you're in a situation where you feel like you're not getting the, I don't want to say the recognition, okay, that you deserve for this situation. You know, it could be even, you know, like in a friend group, and maybe a friend of yours has had a difficult time and you were really trying to be very supportive, and, you know, they're being overly thankful to another friend, right? And you're like, well, that friend really didn't do that much. You know, I was over here every night, you know, bringing you dinner or something like that. And they're kind of like not even thinking that was a big deal, you know, something like that. Because your present energy is the fear, a fear of not having the financial stability that you really want. That's why I really think this isn't so much career as much as money, as your finances. Which does not mean you may not be changing careers or jobs or something, but it's the money part is really kind of coming out here. Wanting financial stability, and not being afraid that you won't be able to acquire it. Because, you know, once again, somebody may owe you money. 10 of Cups on the bottom, so I really do feel like it could be a family situation, but it doesn't have to be. But just understanding that, you know, whatever you may have lent to somebody or feel is owed to you in one way or another, you feel as if it is preventing you from having the financial stability to make good decisions for yourself moving forward, right? So let's see what we have here. Yeah, Emperor, Page of Swords, Nine of Cups. Empress on the bottom. Okay, so once again, I feel as if it could be a family situation. You know, it could be a romantic partner. It could be a business partner with the Emperor and the Empress. There's this energy of somebody, you know, is a kind of like, you know, with the Page of Swords is somebody is coming in, but they're very powerful. They're kind of controlling you attaining what it is that you want with the Nine of Cups. Your Nine of Cups is what you're wishing and dreaming for. You feel as if this person could have even promised, you know, that they're going to pay you back or they're going to give you a raise. But it's kind of like, okay, when is it coming? That's what I think this conversation is about. Because your obstacle here is trying to decide if you're going to stay committed or if this person is really committed to you, you know. It could be a family member or a friend or a boss. And it's kind of like, hey, you know, you told me you were going to pay me back, or you told me you were going to, you know, give me a raise or promote me, right? Or recommend me for the next big project. And it's kind of like, that's not happening. And you're kind of like, okay, are you really committed to me? You know, I'm putting a lot of time and energy and effort into this relationship, or, you know, even if it's a job relationship, I'm putting a lot of time and energy into my commitment to you, but are you truly committed to me? Wow. Yeah, it's kind of a, you know, yeah. Eight of Swords. It has you up in your head, doubting yourself about what to do next. You're showing up, Hermit energy here, knowing that you have the answers within, but it's kind of like, here's the Three of Cups again with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is the truth. It's kind of like, I want the truth about this situation, your commitment to me. how you feel I am going to play out in this, work situation, family. Once again, it could be a family situation. Just kind of like, what is the truth in the dynamics of this relationship? Yeah, the fact that you have the Three of Cups twice. We do have a Lovers underneath there. Moving into an energy, the Lovers is, it can be a business partner, romantic partner, but it's also the old choice card. It's about making choices that are good for you, understanding that, you may have been waiting for some time for this person to fulfill their promise. I feel like they just haven't fulfilled their promise. And so, your advice here is that the only way you can increase your financial stability, okay, is to recognize that somebody is holding you back from that. And it could be even yourself, because you may not be wanting to have this conversation. You may not be wanting to say how you really feel about this. So let's go ahead and, I feel like somebody else is holding you back, but what you are, in a way, allowing that person to hold you back by not having this conversation. Really interesting, because it is hard, because with families, sometimes you lend a family or a friend some money, and when you lend it, you have to expect never to get it back. But I feel like you are really you're kind of upset about this, because they're, instead of paying you back, and I think that they promised to pay you back, or whatever this situation is, they're not fulfilling their part of it, and yet they're still like rejoicing in life, because you have the Three of Cups, right? They're having a lot of fun. They're having a lot of fun, and you're kind of like, well, wait a minute, I'm being left out of this, even though I don't have the Five of Cups here. Yeah. Strength card, knowing that you have the strength and the courage to have this conversation. This situation, it's kind of like they may be even giving you, I want to say, I don't normally get that with the Four of Cups, but I kind of feel like they're almost breadcrumbing you a little bit, like appeasing you. Oh, Virgo, I can't give you a raise right now. I know I promised it, but I'll give it to you in 3 months. It's like they're kicking the can down the road. And, I feel like there is, the advice, this is your advice. I feel like there is some manipulating that is causing you to, that is leading you to this heartbreak energy. That is very disappointing. I think you're very disappointed in this situation. Virgo, I don't normally get, when I do your readings, this like, there's almost like this sense of anger, resentment that is dwelling underneath. It's kind of like, I feel like the top of a volcano is about to blow, and it's you. It's your volcano. It's your emotions that are about to blow. And normally I do not get that type of energy at all with you, Virgo. You are the Hermit card. You're easygoing, You can let things slide, you can move on so easily at times. And I think that this situation, I just really, in my heart space, it's just this, it's like anger. I mean, look, I have my fists, it's like, oh, like, I think that if you don't have this conversation, if you don't plan this conversation and actually start this conversation, I think you will literally have a moment of just, a meltdown, a blow up or something. It's kind of like the universe is saying, yeah, you have got to have this conversation and release this anger, resentment that you have built inside of you. Because when you do, okay, look at what you have. You have a lot of joy, happiness, abundance that comes out of, a creative endeavor, but, really something that you want to create, finding finally the happiness and joy that you are wanting. Even if you decide to walk away from this person, it's about making sure you have that conversation to close this energy out. This is really interesting. Yeah. Empress, High Priestess, Queen of Wands. Wow. Knight of Pentacles. It's been coming a long time. Knowing deep down that you have the confidence to handle this situation. Once again, I get the true feeling that you don't want to have this conversation. You would rather just change jobs or just allow this person to keep your money and just to move on. And, you know, sometimes that is the way to go, right? You know, to be, you know, like a duck and let things, you know, let the water just roll off your back. In this situation, no. This conversation is on your path in order to help you open up to what it is that you really want, to give you the confidence. I feel like when you have this conversation, there is like almost this high vibration, this ascension process that goes, you know, a deep healing. Look at, we have the Four of Swords and the Star, you know, being able to heal something deep down inside you. And, you know, this could be, you know, have to do with like inner child trauma or, you know, something that you have kind of held on to since childhood. And dealing with this person, okay, is what helps you to heal a wound that you may have had for a very long time. Because it's like you're standing up for yourself. I really feel strongly that you are standing up for yourself. Do not fear that you, I feel like you really, there is this situation where you need to stand up for yourself. Whereas you may, you know, once again, you've allowed this person to kind of have control over the situation. And you are finally you have had enough. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? Yeah, so if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. And that's, you know, a quote from Buddha. You know, understanding that when we set boundaries, when we, you know, protect ourselves, protect our own energy, when we love ourselves enough to say enough is enough, right? I can't have it anymore. I have to have this conversation with you. I need to tell you how I feel about this situation. And in a polite way, you know, a respectful way. But when you have that conversation, you are telling yourself just how much you love yourself in order to express how disappointed you are in this situation. Honesty. Yeah, I am fair and honest, and that attracts fairness and honesty into my life. And, you know, I feel like that this person has not been fair, okay? They may not have even been honest, but I really get the fair, that this person has not been fair. And I feel like, you know, when you step into that energy of not allowing this person to take advantage of you any longer or to not be fair or honest with you, you are helping to attract more fairness and honesty into your life, because you're kind of like setting that boundary, you know, and being fair and honest with this person, being honest about your feelings about the situation, also helps to bring more fairness and honesty into your life. Really strong message here, Virgo. Really strong message. So I do wish you so much love and light in this situation. Yeah, I can feel that angst, and I think you are going to be releasing it and stepping into the sunshine. Really lovely energy there. I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. And I do appreciate all of your support of my channel. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions are really and truly appreciated. So I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.